Hello, what's up, everybody? Hello, Brown Chicken.
Hey, brown chicken. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see
Yeah, we appreciate you coming in. Doesn't look like anybody else is coming in.
you. It says there's four. Maybe we got a lurker back there just waiting.
Lurker.
I forgot to mute my YouTube. Here we go. There's Jammin. Evil Rick. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Jammin. Hey, Rick. Good to see you all.
Yeah, I was a little late on getting the notifications out. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's hard to know if we're going to be able to do it or not, but I'm trying to get better at it. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure, between all the little tech gizmo gremlins we get and all the stuff going on. We're trying, but it's good to see everybody. Um, Tonight we're going to talk about what's coming up this weekend. Does anybody know what this weekend, what's happening this weekend? I was trying to give them a minute just to see if they'd answer. Besides smoke out, we don't get to
Yeah,
enjoy smoke out in person this year. Maybe next year. Very close, brown chicken. Very close. It is channel related that's happening this weekend. The I'll tell you, we have two major occurrences this weekend. One is the blood moon, which is caused by the lunar eclipse that's going to happen September 7th, between the 7th and the 8th, which is really cool. Um, and I have a little information on it. Um, so the blood moon is a non astronomical term for a total lunar eclipse. First recorded in civilization by the Maya and Mesopotamians. Sorry. Hey, John, thanks for popping in. Hey, Rob, welcome. We're talking about the blood moon and the total lunar eclipse that's coming up this weekend.
what's up,
Um,
Sick?
but in that time, for the Maya and the Mesopotamians, they saw it as an omen. And a lot of times in ancient civilizations, they referred to it as an omen and thought it they would take um, their kings and get substitutions for their kings so that they wouldn't be harmed during the lunar eclipse and the blood moon. Um, werewolves, maybe. But one of an interesting story was in 1503, Christopher Columbus got stuck on, um, I believe it was in the Jamaican Islands, and he told they were the indigenous peoples were bringing him food, and they were taking care of his crew and everything. Well, the crew started cheated him and stole things from him, so they got mad at him and they quit bringing them food and quit bringing them supplies. So he had an almanac on the ship and realized that the eclipse was going to happen. So he planned a meeting around the time of the eclipse. And it was about 45 minutes that it would happen. So he told the indigenous people that the gods were angry because they were not providing support for his crew and himself and, giving them food and things. So he told them that, their God was going to wipe out the moon. And then it happened. So, they were scared and upset and they were fearful. So they came running with this packs of supplies and food. And he waved his hand as the eclipse was ending and said, "The gods are pleased." So that's how they survived. I thought was really funny.
He tricked their asses.
He did. That it was awful. But throughout history, lunar eclipses have been associated with divine wrath or different important religious events, such as the crucifixion of Jesus. Um, in 2010, preacher John Hagee promoted the blood moon prophecy, which suggested that a rare sequence of 4 total lunar eclipses, a lunar tetrad, occurring in 2014 to 2015 was a sign of the apocalypse. So they're saying that it's the end times. Um, However, if we go to look at the spiritual side, paganism, witchcraft that's been around for centuries, a blood moon is a red tinted moon during the lunar eclipse, and it's seen as a very powerful and transformative event. It's a time for spiritual breakthroughs. It's not necessarily an omen, but it's for banishing negativity and for exploring one's shadow self by working with the potent lunar energies that it has. The red color symbolizes the death of old patterns to make way for rebirth and is associated with the veil between the earthly and spiritual realms being thinnest, offering opportunities for deep spiritual reflection and powerful spell work. So the moon is often used in practices and rituals, and the different phases of the moon makes a difference on what you do and the intentions that you have when you're um, making your oils and your herbs and um, consecrating your items. But the blood moon is for death of old patterns. It's to allow for new beginnings, for self reflection and healing, and um, exploring the emotional layers you have within yourself, such as rage, shame, grief, encouraging um, the practitioners to honor their light and the dark within, because you have to have both. It's a balance. Nature is always a balance. So you have, light and dark. So the lunar eclipse is to help you remove the negativity and the darkness and bring forth your light and work to heal yourself. Yes, Rob, the blood moon is the September 7th. Yeah, they are, Toga. So Toga says they are still doing the same today, but with different lies and text help. Typical Evil Rick says typical government solution lie. Yeah, with Christopher Columbus, that was when I read that, I was like, oh my God, no, he didn't. But he did. Just like all of them, they do lie, just in different ways today. Not everybody is crazy enough to believe, the wave of a hand in the darkness of the moon. So, Helga, is it? Well, I'm going to trick my house complex manager to get a pool in my garden for free then. Good luck. You let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
We may have to try that. But it's also believed. So, what really is a blood moon? Does it just look like blood? The blood moon is caused by the lunar eclipse. It's the sun's reflection onto the moon, which gives it a red tint. So it's kind of like a sunset. So it's right the light is radiating off of um, the earth, and where it hits, makes it look like it's red. But it's so that's the scientific view of what it's for or how it's done.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting things that comes with the blood moon and the lunar eclipse. Um, it's believed there's a thinning veil, that the veil between the earthly and the spiritual realms is thinnest during a blood moon, making it highly potent time for spiritual practices and connecting with the spirit world. So, they have the witch's hour. So the witch's hour would be 3 a.m. And when you're dealing with a blood moon on top of it, it makes it more powerful and more potent for the practitioners. And you can consecrate your items and um, put forth healing intentions for spiritual practices. And you focus your energies, and it gives you a better ability. Yes, you charge your crystals at that time, but you want to use things that you can charge your water that you're going to use in ritual or with items, and you charge your crystals that you need intention put into it. So you do your intentions into your crystals to help you at a later time. But yeah, you definitely want to charge them um, with the blood moon. It makes them
Yeah.
quite a bit more
That's the
potent.
best picture I have of the blood moon.
Yeah, that's a good one. You send that to your drive so we can. We got to start remembering to get your pictures to the drive so we can pull them up.
Yeah. Because I'm constantly I got a million pictures of the moon. I'm always taking pictures of the moon. No matter what
You need
phase
to
it's
pull your
in.
mic up closer.
How about now?
Better. Thank you. I could hardly hear you.
Sorry. Sorry, I was coughing a while ago and I moved it.
So Rob said make sure you charge your crystals at that time. He's correct. Um, blood moons are cool. Toga says it's looking great. Jamin says last year's blood moon was crazy. Yep,
Yeah.
I think all of them are. They look wild the way it comes across. And
Hmm.
again, there's still a lot of cultures and a lot of people that believe them to be omens and um, bad prophecy. So, it just depends on how you want to believe in it. I believe it's kind of like the tarot card of death. It's not the end. I mean, it's the end to something that you have going on. It's the beginning of something new that could be great. It doesn't have to be a negative, bad omen. But anyway, he's going to put a link out if anybody wants to join in. Come on stage with us for a little bit. I'm going to do well, it's a, can't think of my words tonight. Toga says people are still believing it's bad because of that ancient king, maybe. Yeah, it could be. There's actually it's mentioned in the Bible as well. There's several places where they talk about um it's in Revelations and oh, I can't remember all the ones it's in, but there's several places it's in that it's signifies a great event that's supposed to happen. Hey, Quick Shoe, welcome.
It, it quick.
But I have I haven't got my product list ready yet. I'm being bad. But I do have products if anybody's interested. This one is a roll-on oil called Sleepy Time that you can roll on just like that, just the oil.
I hold it up to the camera so they can sniff it.
There you go. It smells
Scratch and
good. It's
sniff.
supposed to help you relax so you can go to sleep. And then we have an uplifting body spray, 2-ounce bottle. If anybody's interested in trying, we got several other ones available, but I got to get my product list ready. We'll probably have the 2 ounces for about 15 and the roll-ons for about 10, um, and all different kinds. There's, of course, thank you, Jamin, very much for bringing it up in some of the other in the unaffiliated about the spray, the odor eliminator. I gave Jamin a bottle of it when he was here, and he liked it. So, does anybody want to jump in and share any insights or stories or anything you want to know?
You see 6 comment. I need an
I need an
unethical amount of
unethical
that
amount
stuff.
of that stuff. Which one, the sleep or the uplifting? Jammin says good stuff. Thank you, Jammin. Brown chicken, toga, you a Christian, question mark, or what?
Other.
Both. Oh, Zick needs both. We'll see what we can do.
Wasn't there something else that was coming up?
There's smoke out. Oh, hold on. Toga says, "Oh, I have no any religion, but I've read all the popular religions, sacred books, and about their history for long years along." Yeah, it's good to research it and ask questions and figure out where you are. And Rob's neighbor, welcome, Rob. Thank you for coming in. It's great to see you. He just got back in from the store. Want to share with you a really cool spiritual rock that I have. It's got the figure of a Native American embedded in the rock I found in a river. Oh, that is
Oh,
awesome. I
that's
put the
cool.
link out if you want to jump on and share that with us. That would be great. Jamming, I would, but I've had a rough day. Gonna shower and hit the hay. Oh, I understand that. We did too.
Yeah. Dogs got into a fight this morning. One of them ended up getting tore up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I couldn't get them off of each other. But yeah, Rob, you're welcome to jump in if you want to. Toga says, for sure, forgotten ones too, but finishing the ancient Greek myths was the longest ones I had to read. Thanks to long subway journeys, though. Yeah, there's a lot of really, once you learn the different religions or the different mythologies, putting it all together, it's is really crazy because you can put the different ones, the different gods from the different religions together, and it's almost the same. The basis of most all religion is the same.
No, they were out in the yard, Jamin. They was up underneath the cedar tree in the far corner. She didn't. My neighbor even came out and shot his gun off to try to get them to stop fighting. I ran outside in my underwear, no glasses on, no shoes on, just underwear. And then they stopped. It was like, oh shit, dad's coming.
It
We're in
is, and
trouble
that's what they
now.
do. I was out there hollering and smacking and whipping, and they weren't listening. They just kept fighting. And then I ran into the house and brought the two that we have on leashes back in. They came in with me. And then I hollered for him and said, "You got to get out of here. They won't quit. I can't get them to stop." It was a mess. Ellie got hurt. No, they don't, Brown Chicken. This is the first time that one of them's gotten really hurt. Um,
Yeah.
Usually they'll fight a little bit and then quit, but the girls are in heat, and I'm not sure exactly what set them off, but you know, sibling rivalry happens, and they just this time they wouldn't let go, and it was crazy because Mo's on a leash, so I got Mo away. But when Mo and Ellie started fighting, Chunkers jumped into it, and then it was Chunkers and Ellie and Penelope, the mama. She got into it trying to break them two apart, and it just got crazy. But yeah, she's doing okay. They're all okay. They've been in hiding, but I came in yelling for him, and he ran out there, and as soon as they seen him or heard him, they was like, "Uh oh," and they knew they was in trouble.
Yep. Did you see Rob's comment?
Uh,
Rob's neighbor.
yeah,
He
15
said it.
minutes away from home. That'll be great. If we'll still be on. We'll keep it up for you
Yeah.
so that we can see that. I'd love to see that. I love the rocks. Gemstone,
And
the geodes are my favorite, but any gemstone or fossil. I love the hagstones. A hagstone is one of the stones that has a hole in it. It's what you look through to see the fairies and the spirituals, elementals in the woods. You can hold it up and look through it. John says, "Seems like when my dog is doing something wrong, it never listens to my wife. As soon as I say something, she stops." Isn't that crazy? That's what they do. Six says they're all basically the same story, same old song and dance. They all worship the sun at one point. Yeah, a lot of them are. Toga, my terrier was opening his mouth when I was spraying the water to drink it. There was no way to settle him down. Yeah, water would have probably helped if I'd have had it. It's scary when dogs fight. I've had to break up a few and have gotten hurt in the process. I have too.
yeah.
I have too. They
Yeah. She got nipped one day.
yeah, they got my leg because I put it between them. So I did not do that this time.
Yeah. With her being diabetic, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, don't want any more injuries to the legs or the feet for sure. Evil Rick says, "I've seen fairies in the woods. I stay away from them myself." Yes, it's a good thing to stay away from the fairies in the woods.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes the fairies aren't very nice. You have to give them offerings. They like honey and whiskey. I bet that he was smiling in his mind too because of my struggling. He was slightly added, as you know, I really miss him though. It has been years on his death. I'm sorry to hear that, Toga.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. It's
It's
tough
hard to
losing an
lose
animal.
your pets. My Zusi was a little Chihuahua, and he was one of the typical Chihuahuas that had one owner, and I wasn't it.
He was a devil dog. What I called him.
He loved my friend Twisted Heart, and she ended up with him for a little while, and then he got too old and had hip dysplasia, so we had to put him down. But I loved him to death. He's a little crazy thing, but he was ours or mine. I had him before Shane and I got together. I was trying to think I had a picture of him up here.
Yeah. She rescued him. Wasn't he a breeder dog?
Yes, he was from a breeder, and it was awful. We got um, his daddy and him, and his daddy was overbred really, really bad. And um, the worst part of it was, when you have a dog that has hip dysplasia, you're not supposed to breed them because it's genetic. And he bred them anyway, and that's why he had it.
You
If I can,
don't have to move your light.
yeah. Oh, I did.
You can
Oh,
kind of see him off the computer light.
yeah.
Yeah, he looks cute. And I
There
understand
he
what you're
is.
saying there, Toga. Yeah,
That was my little
magazine.
Zeusy.
What's up, 2-4?
Hey, 2-4. Then Cat has died too when he stayed all alone. I don't think that I'm gonna have another pet for a long time. Yeah, I didn't particularly want any more. Um, but Frog had already promised to take Penelope, and so we got her. And then my cousin had a German Shepherd, and he wanted babies, so they bred, and we ended up with 5 of them. So
Yeah, she had 11.
yes, yeah, she had a lot. So we didn't end up with that many compared to how many she had, but
Yeah,
there
we
you
had
go.
2 that was given away that came back.
Yeah. How are you tonight, 2-4? You doing okay? Thank you, Toga. He was one of those sneaky ones. He was really cute and he'd act like, he'd be good, and then he ran up and bit my brother-in-law's toe when he came in the house. He just nipped. He didn't really bite, but sometimes he was funny. So do you have any stories or stuff you want to tell, Frog, since it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on?
uh, no, I haven't really done anything here lately. I've been trying to let the house calm down a little bit because the more I do, the more activity we get. And with you having all that trouble a couple weeks ago, I've been reluctant to do anything
Hey,
other
Gloria,
than
how are you?
go outside and watch the crazy lights that I see at night.
Yeah, have you seen? I know you've seen some about a week ago or a couple of nights ago. Have you seen any more of the disappearing light,
Yes,
the highlight
I
and low
saw
light?
some. Yeah, I saw some last night. I saw like 4 last night that were all lit up. Then all of a sudden they just no light at all, and it
Hey,
ain't. And
Gloria,
it's
welcome
been
in.
we haven't had a cloud in the sky for a week, so I know it didn't go under a cloud or anything. Which reminds me,
Yeah, it
I gotta
was.
get the lights covered up because it looks like it's coming in tonight.
Well, it's supposed to be here tomorrow night. My friend that's staying with us, she was all excited because she told me she went outside and um, seen the lights that Frog was talking about. And I got up the next morning and she's like, "I seen them. I seen them." She goes, "It was true. They just disappeared. They move and disappear."
Yeah,
Um,
it was funny because she was like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like,
yep.
"Oh, those lights I've been talking about for the last month."
But she was excited to get to see them.
Yeah, yes, because she heard me talking about them, every morning,
Yeah.
and
And she
It's
tries
been
to get on the
crazy.
show with us, but her phone messes up with the Wi-Fi and the data. It doesn't seem to want to join in. But I think that's our little gremlins. They don't want both of us on at the same, all of us on at the same time.
Yeah, I don't understand that considering we have fiber optic internet.
Yeah, and it usually works fine. I don't understand why it's not, except for they don't want us all on. Are they evil? He says, I heard they are seeing them again in the east. Well, these are really crazy. These are the ones he calls it a highlight and a low light because of their position in the sky. And we can go out and sit and we'll find the darkest spot, which is right down the road just a little bit.
To the north.
And we'll he'll stand and watch it, and I'll take my chair and sit and watch it. But um, there's a light up here, and it'll come on where you can, it'll get bright, and it'll move to about right there, and then it'll disappear. And then the lower one, will come on about the time that this one's midway. It'll come up and brighten up, and it'll go over and then disappear. And then you give it, what would you say?
And they're two different sizes. One's big and one's little.
Well, it's about 15 minutes, you think, before it lights up again, and it's back in the spot.
No, I've been timing it, and the average is actually less than 2 minutes apart.
Yeah, but they come back, they show back up in the same place that they started the first time,
Yeah.
and then they move and they disappear. Have any of you all seen any of that? Do you have dark spot? I know Evil Rick has dark spots that he can sit and watch without light pollution and see the sky and the stars. Have you seen that?
Hey,
Hey, Sterling,
Sterling.
welcome.
Good to see you, sir. I guess you're taking a break
Yeah, says
from
he's done for the
driving.
night. We talked about, you'll have to come back and watch it again, Sterling, because we talked about the this weekend we have a blood moon and a lunar with the lunar eclipse coming in that is going to be really interesting. So um,
What's up,
we
Moto?
talked about some history about the blood moon. Hey, Moto, thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you. But and Rob's neighbor is supposed to be coming back here in a little bit. He has a rock to show us from what did he say it was as an Indian?
It looks like an Indian carved into the rock that he found in a creek. Not necessarily carved, but you can see an Indian in a rock that he found in a creek.
Yeah, there it is. A figure of a Native American embedded in the rock that he found in a river,
Yeah,
which I
embedded.
think
I
would
couldn't
be
remember
cool.
the
I
word he
love my
used.
rocks. You know, when Frog and I got together when we moved out here, I have a box or a tote and a couple of big bags, and he was unloading stuff, and he's, "What do you have in here? Rocks?" And I said, "Yep." He's like, "Oh my God, I'm carrying
Yeah,
rocks around." I said, "Yes, you are." That was my geodes and my hagstones. I love them. Sterling says, all week I've been having lucid dreams and very cool ones. Good. That's awesome.
yep. It beats the night terrors any day.
Yes. And we can figure stuff out in our dreams. There's a lot of information about the dream interpretation. I had a friend one time who called me, and she was having um, some issues going on in her life, and um, had a couple nights, 2 or 3 nights in a row that she wasn't able to sleep because she was having night terrors. So we sat down and worked through the dreams that she was having, and we were able to match it up to the stress she was having through work, and she was able to help take care of it, and she didn't have them anymore. So I was really glad that that worked for her. Do you
Yeah.
think that every dream you dream has a meaning? I'm not sure that every dream has a meaning, um, but a lot of them do. And because your dream is your subconscious working through the problems that you have or the problems that you're facing. So, in most cases, yes, there's a meaning to the dream that you have. The problem is we don't always remember our dreams. And I've had a lot of people say that, well, I don't dream. Well, you do. Everybody
You
does. But you don't
you just don't
remember them
remember.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the time that you have the dream. If you have it right before you wake up, then, or if you're in the middle of it, like a night terror, you remember the dream because you woke up in the middle of it or right at the end of it. So it's right at the front of your brain. But the your mind goes through the dream process to work out things that you've had going on in your life subconsciously. Sterling Will says, my daughter went to Crystal Peak near Reno last weekend. She said she found a bunch of cool stuff for me. Oh,
Good for
awesome.
you.
How cool. I love the going to the rivers, and we haven't in a little while. I'm gonna have to go down and check our creek too. But I love going and finding little things. I have so many rocks, and but like I said, the hackstones and the geodes are my favorite. Oh, cool, Rob. He's home. Give him a few
Yep.
minutes to gather items, and he'll join. Keep a dream journal near my bed all the time. That's awesome. Freakily, I remember too many dreams. That's 2-4. Yeah, Starling's right. Keeping a dream journal is good. And, at first, when you first start using one, it's really hard to write down everything that you can remember, especially just waking up. Sometimes it's hard for us to get our thoughts together, but that's the best time to do it. You're, as soon as you wake up from it, you write down notes about what it was, about what you seen, um, the process of the dream, and then later you can go back and put it together. And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if you really look at it, you can see the things that's going on in your life that's causing you to dream those things or what might be in your subconscious. And it also helps you to, you know, change your patterns, get rid of your old habits and things, and bring in a better and a more light energy. And that's a really good thing for this weekend because, like we said earlier, this weekend is about healing the blood moon. While it was looked at as an omen or as tragical, you know, terrible events, it really isn't. Um, you want to use it to banish the negativity, let go of what no longer serves you, engage in healing and self reflection. So, having that dream journal is really going to be helpful for you. But throw a lot of focus and a lot of intention into that on the 7th, on the night of the 7th, when that lunar eclipse hits and the blood moon comes in, and it'll really help to get those healing energies moving. Sterling Will says, many of my favorite comedians admit to keeping some kind of journal nearby, especially on the nightstand. Yep, you can get all kinds of ideas by the crazy stuff we dream.
Mhm.
Motobomb says, I did that for a while, writing down my dreams. Started having worse nightmares probably a year after I got clean and sober. Maybe that's why I quit doing it. Yeah, because it's your body and your mind's way of working through the things that you're going through. So if you were coming off of that and trying to get to a better place, then it was your subconscious trying to help you heal. It's
Yeah.
working through a healing process. And sometimes when we try to heal ourselves, things do get worse. They do get bad. Um, but you have to keep pushing through it and you have to try to work out the more positive way to make it through. And sometimes reading your dreams and interpreting your dreams help you do that.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But
My most reoccurring dream is that I'm having to stop people from killing me. And the last one was pretty vivid. And it's false that you never die in your sleep in a dream. That's crap because I've died in my dreams more than once.
it is. But a lot of people believe that if like the falling dream, if you ever hit, it's
Yeah.
not so much that you're going to, really die from it. It's that we're dreaming and our minds believe what we see because most people aren't able to control it and say this is a dream while they're dreaming.
Yeah.
So it's that you actually have a heart attack
Yeah.
when you
I
hit.
used to I used to have a falling dream all the time when I was little.
Yeah.
Many times I hit. That's why, some of the people that knew about my dreams was really surprised I would hang off a water tower off of a piece of rope and sandblast and paint.
That's why it never happened for you because you just don't care. You just went and
Yeah,
did it.
I don't.
When it's your
Yeah,
time, it's your time. That's I think that's your philosophy.
yes
You're
it
not
is.
scared of much anything. 2-4 says, I've learned I have a crazy imagination through my REM sleep dreams, close to wake up time. Yeah, a lot of us do. Sterling Will, I used to have death dreams when I was a kid. Turned out it was my older sister was choking me out in my sleep. She admitted it years later. Daggone, that's not good. But at least
No,
you found out what it was. Motobomb trauma in my life, probably during the using and abusing years. Yes. Yep.
yeah,
Your mind, it's just like going in, we talk about um, reliving things or triggers. A lot of people who have been through trauma have triggers. And when you start seeing that or you've gone through that, your dreams will start back up. And again, it's, your body and your subconscious and your emotions that's trying to heal it and trying to work, help you work through it. So a lot of times we don't remember what our dreams are, so it's difficult to have an interpretation of the dream. Sometimes it's spirits trying to speak to you, um, right when you're on the cusp of going to sleep. You'll maybe hear something or you'll get an image, and that's our ancestors coming and trying to talk to us and trying to help us through a tough time that we may be having. So we don't always remember, but there's things going on, and your mind and your body will try to help and try to heal itself if you allow it to.
now I will say this: since I've had to quit smoking, I'm dreaming almost every night, and as you know, most of them hasn't been good dreams at all, and I find that very odd. And another thing that is very odd, they always say that pot makes you forget. Well, since I've had to quit smoking, uh, just like just like now, I watched Sterling's video of him and sick a couple days ago, but I'm forgetting to get back on my phone and leave everybody comments, and I think I've gotten worse and worse and worse as time has gone by. and and I can say it for sure that I'm not like everybody else. My mind runs like a chainsaw going full blast, and every tooth is a thought. So my mind's doing this. When I'm medicated, my mind slows down enough to go, oh yeah, do this, do this. You're gonna do this after this, instead of jumping from one thing to the next thing. And I'm obviously more scatterbrained right now than I've been in a long, long time.
We got 2 years sick before we can go anywhere.
Yep.
May 2027.
And it's on like Donkey Kong, damn it. I'm not liking not sleeping. I'm not liking not being able to control my thoughts.
Well, we need to find something that helps, and we will. Um, there's things out there. I just have to research it and get what you need, and we'll do that. But
We're gonna do.
a lot of it's working through the issues that and the anger and the things that you've had going on that you've had throughout your life. And
Yeah.
there's been quite a bit of things going on. So you just we got to work through them. And part of that, your dreams are working through those things.
Yeah, that's what Toga's talking about right there. 2 years after quitting smoking, I still sing the cigarettes and cigars in my dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. You will because your body's still, it's the habit. It's not the nicotine, it's the habits. It's the security. It's the things that, this happened and we would pick one up and smoke and or those things. So
Yep.
you do still see it. So Rob, are you ready or sorry, Rob's neighbor, Carrie, are you ready to jump on and share your rocks? 2-4 says, I took a break off pot for 3 days, ending today. My thoughts were looping over and over. Had to roll one this morning. Oh, I'm glad you got 2-4.
Yep. I'm jealous.
Evil Rick, my mind never stops. That's why I have so much trouble sleeping. I can be falling over, sitting on the couch, but as soon as I lay down, my brain starts going 100 miles per hour, keeps me awake for
Yep.
hours. He
Me
has
too.
that problem too.
Yep. I'll lay in bed for hours and hours. Even this morning, I was like, "What time does your alarm clock go off?" Because I was still awake when her alarm clock went off. So I'd laid there for 2.5 hours and never went to sleep.
Yeah, it definitely gives you some difficulty with sleeping. But I can, I'll research it. I'll get you fixed up. I wish there was medicines without side effects for sleeping better. Yeah, I do too. Every medicine they give out are synthetically made, man-made, has side effects, and it's not any good. 6 says 2-4 Gs. I don't know, man. I was contemplating 2 weeks, and then I got. Yep, I know that song.
Juicy Curry's comment.
Yeah, yeah, I
I got
appreciate that, Carrie. You're fine. We got the conversation going a bit. But yeah, there's other things we can get. I was doing some research for a friend of mine who's having difficulty with arthritis, and we're going to try a herbal remedy and see how it works for her. Get off of these man-made drugs. And I've heard it works pretty well. So we just have to get the stuff. We got to go nature hunting so we can find it. Oh, Sterling's coming.
How
Hey,
you kids?
Sterling,
How you kids
Hey,
doing?
Sterling.
doing all
Good.
right.
Good times. We're somewhere in Pennsylvania somewhere. I don't even care. I just get paid to drive around in circles.
Poor Sterling.
So
He just
this
knows to
place,
go this way and that way.
yeah, I just follow the GPS. I really don't drive a truck or anything. But
Yeah.
they've got these new truck stops here on the East Coast that I've never been to. It's called Onvo, and
Uh-huh.
this one's really clean and not all torn up, or it's freshly paved and plenty of parking and stuff. So I'm stopped here for
Well,
the
that's
night
cool.
and found a peaceful place to sleep and wait for my orders in the morning.
Do you miss the old truck stops?
The old mom and pop truck stops meant a lot to us truckers because you would learn who would work there. They would learn your
Yeah.
name, and
Uh-huh.
you'd be out on the road. You sit at a diner, and it's nice to see familiar faces. The last true mom and pop truck stop that I remember was in Yakima, Washington. It was the Gear Jammer truck stop, and over the years, it kind of fell into disrepair, and it's the last couple times I've been there, it just turned into just a junky old truck stop that nobody cared. Everyone hated their job, and then COVID didn't really help either. And
Yeah.
and I think that goes for everywhere in America right now. Is COVID has taken the soul out of America. Like nobody cares about their job. Nobody does their job right. It's just everywhere.
Yep.
It
I believe
is.
that. And
Um,
that was one of the things that we always did. We did cutting shows everywhere, and we always hit all the same truck stops, and it was always the middle of the night, and they were always friendly and happy, and you don't see that anymore.
The thing is we're out here away from family, and it's nice to have good friendly faces every once in a while. It kind
yeah.
of takes away from the guilt of being away from home all the time. But anymore, most of the truck drivers are out here are just autonomous meat robots with no personality, no. No, I hate to drag on truck drivers, but the breed of truck drivers that we have today, there's no passion, there's no soul. And
Yep.
earlier today, I was picking up a load at an Americold facility in Pennsylvania, and I saw this black dude that was dressed up like a pimp, dressed to the nines, perfect pleated suit, beautiful. I mean, this guy was beautiful, jewelry and everything. And he walked into that shipping receiving office like he owned the place. And for a second, I thought, did some crazy, weird, like homeless guy walk in here or something? But no, that guy was so proud to be a truck driver, and just it was almost comical how proud of a truck driver he was. His truck was absolutely beautiful. The tires were armor-alled. Everything was polished. And the guy was just so happy to be a truck driver. And everybody else other than me standing, I'm always wearing shorts because I grew up in California. But everybody else was in flip-flops and just smelled. And this guy was so like a beacon of the trucking industry for a second. I walked up to him and I was like, "Thank you for not wearing flip flops." He's like, "Man, I don't even own flip flops."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of trouble in the trucking industry, especially with that the biggest thing that's on the news right now about that guy making that U-turn and killing all them people in that minivan, and it's brought to light, the cheaters of the industry the last 5 or 6 years. They've given licenses to any friggin' idiot that can breathe, and it's completely ruined the industry.
Yeah.
It's awful. I know we used to
But
love the truck stops, the cooking. You get a little
Mhm.
home cooking when you went to the mom and pop truck stops. It wasn't all this
Yep.
fast food crap. Yeah, and
I've
Toga
been
was saying more decent than most of the town. Even some of them were.
yeah, and I've been eating at Denny's lately. There's a lot of them at a lot of the truck stops, and every once in a while I'll just get a salad or at least attempt to get a steak. but they're selling these processed steaks. They call them a sirloin. And when you cut into a steak and there's no gristle at all, and the entire steak is the exact same texture from one side to the other, I was like, wait a second, this ain't real steak. And I made the mistake of ordering it medium rare. So it was like eating liver almost. It had the texture of liver, but it wasn't sirloin.
Oh,
Oh my
And
God, sir.
yeah.
so
Yuck.
I got pictures of it
I
and
would be
stuff.
so disappointed.
I'll post it to my YouTube channel. But I was so hungry for a
Oh,
steak
Lord.
that I just ate it anyway. I was like, you know what, this is gonna
You
count.
know it's bad if Sterling has to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Lord.
yesterday I had a New York strip and it had this horrible gristle line in it. Like there was no way to chew it at all. And I was like, oh, thank God it's real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know anymore
Yeah.
what you're gonna get. So many places are so messed up with all of it, but
Well, the dirty secret
yeah.
is there's so much food glue out there now. Like even
Yeah.
keep in mind every town has had what 5 or 6 new chicken joints open up. How come we don't see any poultry farms? Why isn't America crisscrossed with poultry farms? There's churches, chicken, and all these different chicken joints that you can go, and there's no chicken farms anywhere. So where's the chicken coming from?
Yeah. Chicken industry's kind of big, or used to be pretty big around here, and there ain't half the chicken farms as there used to be. Once they
But
get
there's
blown
fake
away by a
avian,
tornado, they don't put them back.
Right,
the
right.
fake avian flu.
But yeah, I've done a lot of research with the carnivore diet and stuff, and found out about how much food glue is used, and
Yeah,
manufactured steak, and just all that nasty stuff that we ain't supposed to be eating as human beings.
they're gluing our meat together. Hamburger, it's awful. You gotta find you a good butcher and get it from there and split the cost with somebody.
Yeah. Well, back when I wasn't homeless, that was a possibility. But anymore, it's whatever crawls in front of the truck or around it, I'm gonna eat it. I'd probably be
Evil
better
Rick
off eating
said,
roadkill.
"Oh, sometimes."
It'd be
Or he says,
healthier.
if it's a fresh kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evil Rick said, I usually lay down around 11 or midnight and watch the digital clock strike 3 a.m. and still not asleep. See, there you go. Frog, you and Evil need to get on the live and just talk and do your things until you're ready to go to bed.
I thought you were gonna
Well,
say
then
they
we'd
needed to
be
sleep
up
together.
till the sun come out.
They neither one sleep, so, and neither does 2-4. You can put them all together. Y'all can talk. Real men
How many?
eat all road kills, though. That's what Toga says.
So how many hours do you guys like in a week? What is your daily hours per sleep that does you good?
I usually do good, or I usually get 5 hours, 6.
Yeah. I don't even know how many hours I get anymore.
He wakes up
You
so
just
much when he's trying to sleep that he can't. I think part of his problem right now is that he can't hit the REM sleep he needs to recover
is
and
it
heal for the day.
a sleep apnea issue or what you got going on?
He just can't
Yeah,
sleep.
I've always had trouble going to sleep. There was been times when I haven't slept for 3 days for no reason.
You sound like a truck
Until
driver,
his
my
body
friend.
shuts down and then he falls down. And I'm done.
Yeah.
Well,
But then he only
it's
sleeps for like 8 hours.
it's crashing to sleep rather than falling to sleep.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And that's what I'm going through now is that I just crashed, but like she said, I don't stay asleep. There's very many nights, or I should say mornings, that I actually sleep through my whole sleep session. Sometimes I wake up 4 or 5 times, but I usually wake up at least a couple times.
There's
Wow.
Carrie.
Hey, everybody.
Carrie.
Yeah, there's Gary.
Hi.
Hey, I'm gonna dip out. I gotta scan some papers, but I'll be lurking in the background. Love you guys.
Love
Thank
you.
you
You
for
have a
coming
good
on.
night.
Glad to see you. Be safe out there.
It's got a little pile of rocks there. This is interesting and fun for me because I
Oh,
love to
awesome.
talk about rocks, and I didn't want to. Sterling's always just a hoot to have, so hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah, I love listening to Sterling. So he
Nobody
can
wants to
scan his
see that.
papers, and I'll talk
I'm
about
trying.
rocks for a little bit. But I don't know if you can see it in the one that I've got. Can you make out the outline of a human head and neck? I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but it's
Well, I can see
very
it on the
visible in
TV.
person, and you can see their mouth and nose, and then this is like an Indian headdress that comes down, and then the neck is here.
Oh, yeah.
It's really hard to see it in certain angles of the light, so I'll rotate it slowly. But someone had worked at it, and it's been worked significantly because it fits your hand perfect. Like, this is a tool, and
Yeah.
it's been used. And I took it to I don't know, an archaeologist, I guess, a professional, and they said it's definitely, had been used by someone of native descendants, because I live at the edge of a glacier. So like 15,000 years ago, a glacier melted right at the edge of where I live, and it never went past. So all my land is like virgin land, and it's never been like glacierized for a long time. But I also found this. This looks like a fossilized skull, and I think you can see the eye hole, and then there's a row of teeth right here that are in the same spot on the other side. And that's why I think it's a fossilized skull. And you're like, well, why are teeth way up into the eye socket? Well, because it's a fossil and it's a rock. And I don't know, maybe it's not, but I would like to have someone look at that too, because it looks just like a head.
Yeah, that's
like an ear and an eye and weird big like nose. There's almost like two nostrils there. So
yeah.
I don't know what I'm holding
that
on
is pretty
to, but
wild.
and then we also have these things around here. They're called Indian paint pots. And these were, okay, so we have a lot of Jordan sandstone. And when this was all covered in water, oxidation, and science happened, and all the iron settled. So this has a high iron concentrate, but it boiled and bubbled. And you can find these geodes all over our woods. This one's been cracked and open. But inside of here is a bunch of really different colored red sands, really fine sands, and you can smash them up and make them into paint. And they said that the Native Americans would use these and as paint pots. And it's hard steel.
Awesome.
Like, this is iron, and it's all over our woods.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff
wild.
there. And that's it. This is another, looks like a turd. Looks like a fossilized turd.
Yeah.
I thought it looked kind of like a little, I don't know, like a little puppy dog.
Yeah.
Its little mouth and nose. But either way, if we were to crack this open, this would have that fine sand in it. You can see it's already starting to crack in a few spots, but this would have that really fine sand in it as well. So, and another geode, well, partial geode. If I were to crack this open, there's some really cool crystals and stuff in there, but it's more, I can shove a light in there and then flip it around on this side and it glows. So it's really cool. So I'm not going to crack it open. And that's really all I really had. I just wanted to show Ollie the Native American looking head on the stone.
That's really neat.
It's almost like they were trying to make an arrowhead out of it right here. You can see some cracks. And it's like, oh no, we're going to stop because they saw a human face in it or something. I don't know. That's what I want to think happened. But but doesn't this look like a head? Like, it really does. I mean, and you can see the teeth right there. And I wouldn't say
Hey,
they're
South
teeth,
Oz,
but
welcome.
if they match the other side. So, like, that looks like teeth. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but it doesn't take one to match up a row of teeth. And like, yeah, that I might be onto something. You know, this might be my little Powerball.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, that is
It
really
might be
cool.
like that Indonesian man that saved a rock for 40 years and come to find out it was worth millions of dollars.
Jeepers. Yeah, and I've been, yeah, so maybe I should join some. Well, you want to meet the wacky. I shouldn't say that. You want to meet the, well, yeah, I should. You want to meet the wackiest people, join a Facebook rock club group.
Oh yeah.
And I'm telling you, that is just full of nonsense. And so I don't really know how to go, like, other than going to a show at the university or a local archaeology show where there's real people with knowledge right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
There's people you can reach out to. Or I have a friend who did rock collections, and she would go with us, or we would all go and be able to um, find rocks in the creeks and go search for them in the quarries and stuff. And found this is a couple of that I have. Frog knows
oh,
I've got a bunch of them, but this one is crystal.
yeah.
And then this is the geode. It looks like a
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
It's got a piece back here, the way it comes through.
That is
It's like
cool.
in here, so it looks like it's a little skull with it. That's the brain of it. And then I have some that are broke open, like that one you were talking about. And
Yeah.
when you see them in person, all of
Oh,
these little pieces will reflect.
okay. Yep.
Yeah.
It does. The cameras just do no justice. I wish I could
No,
just
No, they
mail or
don't.
teleport it to your hand, you know? And oh, cool. I think I found one like that too.
isn't
That
it
is
neat?
neat. Look at that. It looks like a wizard from the other side. That's cool how it like just veins through it.
But yeah, I've got a bunch. I was looking for my hagstone. I love the hagstones, and I can't find it.
What
I have a bunch of them, but I've put them up to where, and I hide things from myself.
Yeah, I do too. That I do that all the time. Have you ever used a tile saw and cut your own, like tried cutting your own little rock, or just tried cutting rocks?
I have not. My friend has. They used to trade and sell and buy, and they did opal and several gemstones that they would find or get, and they were able to they did tumbling too. So
Okay.
she
Yeah, I've
knows
got a
about all the different kinds of what you can do with them. I have not, but I don't like breaking up my geodes either. If I
right,
find
right.
them broke, that's fine, and they're beautiful on the inside, but I don't break them. I don't like breaking
Yeah.
them.
She
That's
has some that are huge. I mean, as big
oh,
as my
that's
head.
cool.
And
I
I
have
have
a
a
hard
tile
time breaking
saw
them.
if you ever want to do that, honey. You know that,
Well,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
try it
the
sometime. It's
lawn
super
guy.
fun.
Well, the lawn guy tore up a bunch of them. He ran over them and broke them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had them
Yeah.
out in
She
my
had him
garden.
around. He ran over him, and I'm sure it tore the hell out of his lawnmower blades because
oh, I bet
he
it
took them
did.
all out. He took them all out.
Yeah, and I was like, you ran over all my geodes. They're broke. And he said, "Oh, did I? I'm sorry." He said, "I know some people who may have one. I'll try to replace them." And
Yeah, never
I
saw him
haven't
again.
gotten any yet. That was a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know up here
But
in some of the
up here
rivers,
they
right?
sell.
Right. Me and Junior will go in some of the rivers, like the Sugar River specifically, because that river is right on the edge of where this glacier melted. And yeah, if you do enough digging and rock hounding, so to speak, you can find some smaller, super old glacially deposited geodes, and those are really fun to find. But the tile saw is really neat just because it's not as dangerous as you think, and it's accessible. And like Frog said, you guys have one, Frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one, and then like a month later, I found one at the dump, and then I found another one at the dump. So now I have 3 tile saws, and I have not yet to use any of them. None of them. I haven't touched them yet. So that's my next like step in the rock, you know, my rock dork thing that I want to do is start cutting them. So, but other than that, yeah, that's I've got a room set up for it, but that room is I'm gonna turn my camera off for just a sec so I can spin it around and face it at me, and then people don't get motion sickness. But I've got a room that's all set up with. I've got some really cool tumblers that I've made homemade from rollers and things from the dump, and then oh, what else? Like, some people have thrown away these bench grinders with like polishing bits and stuff on them, and all this stuff that like just gotta, you know, I kind of just collect and like, oh, this will be great for the rock experiments and that, but it just never, you know, time never. It's just hard to come by sometimes, and motorcycles and this YouTube thing, and my son keep me way busier. So.
Yeah.
I keep threatening to get rid of everything but one thing. I said I need to focus on one project and get rid of everything else. And it never comes to fruition because I get bored easy. I want to work on this project for a little while, and then I want to work on this one. So it's
you never know if she's going to be in here doing resin, or she might be knitting something, or she might be making rock jewelry. You just never know what she's going to do next.
Or my oils.
Yeah, or your oils.
Now I'm on my oils.
That's kind of how I
don't think that
around.
Jamin, I don't think that would work. It wouldn't be easy, put it that way. He wants to use a coping saw with a wire blade.
I don't know what either of those two. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun and dangerous.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
I don't know. Like my tile
Focus
saw
says
can
he
only.
likes to break apart little rocks to see if there's any fossils in them.
That's fine.
All right, Jamin, thank you for coming in. It was great seeing you. Hope you get some rest.
Night, Jamin.
My son will go out and has, like, even to this day at 12 or almost 13, if he's riding in the driveway and sees like a chunk of quartz, he'll bring it into me still to this day. I've got like a handful of fossils and stuff. Yeah. Cause he'll just be, you know, looking at rocks, and that's so much fun to find fossils.
It is. I've got little Indian fossils, we've got arrowheads and I forget what they call them, but the little flat, it looks like washers when they fall apart. It's like
I call them Indian jewelry. The little round rocks with the holes in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to find them, but I've got fossils or little pieces of ones that have had like leaves and prints, like a bird foot. But we've got a bunch of the little things around here. Like I said, I had stuff for myself, but I have little rocks all over the house and have my little geodes and crystals everywhere. But my most favorite rock to find, and I got really lucky one day. We went to the creek and went, rock hunting, and I think I found probably 15 of them. And my friend likes them too, but I was finding all of them that day, and it was awesome. But it's the hagstones. It's the ones. A hagstone is one of the rocks that have a hole in it.
Oh.
Like a looking glass.
Yeah. That's cool.
I mean, I love those. Those are the ones you look through and see the fairies and the elementals in the woods.
I don't think I have a single one. No, I'm trying to think. That I did find one rock that was like cupped out. It almost looked like somebody had curved it out. But my brain and looking at the water and the stone had sat against the current perfectly, and you could tell that it was water that made it,
Wow.
Yeah.
but it was really neat because I had started washing this rock off, and it was like, why is this part like blue and this part dirt, and they kept cleaning the dirt out, and it was like, oh my gosh, I found something cool. But it was like, no, you can just tell that Mother Nature did that, so I can't. I would love
It's
to
still
find a
cool, though.
hagstone. It is
They're
cool
still cool.
nonetheless. Very cool.
Helga says, I'd climbed most of the highest mountains in Turkey in my military times. I was even finding sea creature fossils on the peak points too. Geology is full of surprises. It definitely is, and it really gives you an idea of the history of, your surroundings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's wild to
Dave's
think about
channel.
what was there in past times.
Right.
It's
Yep.
really amazing the different things you see. Every time somebody goes somewhere, I tell them to send me a rock
That's
or bring me
cool.
back a rock.
And you know
And
what's
I worked for a attorney, and he was going to Ireland and Scotland and doing, one of the tour trips. And he said, well, everybody in the office was telling him to bring him back something. He said, well, what do you want? I said, I want a rock. I said, pick me up a little rock from each little place and bring it back to me. And he actually mailed it to himself, or mailed it to me, and it was a box of rocks.
nice.
But he had put where he got each one. So I have one from a castle in Ireland that had moss on it, and you could just smell that it smelled beautiful,
Oh,
just
that's
clean.
cool.
And have you ever gone somewhere and took a deep breath and there was no pollution at all? It's just clean. That's that
We
smell. That's what it
we
was. It
have
was
that
moss.
moss on the rocks on Rob's Hill because he doesn't get sun. I get the sun. He doesn't get the sun. So on his, and you
Yeah.
can peel this moss off the sandstone, and just the smell of it is unbelievable. I'm gonna send
It
you some
is.
moss. I'm gonna send you a chunk of
Awesome.
rock with some moss. That'll be my
Yeah.
mail,
Awesome.
my gift bag. You can send
I
people
always
jam.
had a
I'll send you moss.
I always I love it.
That's
I love
awesome.
that
Yeah.
nature, just but I've had rock gardens almost all my life. I have little things from everywhere. It's just
That's cool.
gemstones and fossils and geodes. Geodes and hagstones are my favorite.
Good to see you, Dave.
Yes, it
Uh,
is. I'm glad you got to make it. Good morning.
When I shouldn't probably tell this publicly, but when I was really young, and I think you guys all remember the pet rock gimmick
Oh yeah.
of the 80s, and
Yep.
maybe it carried on beyond then. But so my cousin told me, that they got this pet rock, and it had all the packaging and everything, and I'm like, BS, this is not real, this is not real. And they're like, no, seriously, hold it and put it up to your ear, and and so my one cousin, now I look at it in retrospect, he would distract me minimally so that his sister could come behind me and whisper just loud enough for me to believe that the rock was saying stuff. And I mean, eventually I caught on, but they had me for a little bit.
They had you
Oh.
going. Huh?
Makes you think, don't it?
There's a
That
cool
would be
documentary about that pet rock deal on YouTube. If you just Google or YouTube pet rock documentary, it's I don't think but over a half hour long, and the guy made out pretty good on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Yeah, he
yeah, I'm
did
sure he did.
quite well.
Those and the guy that made the fuzzy feet stickers. Remember the fuzzy feet stickers?
Okay.
They had like shag carpet on them or something. They was like red and purple. That guy made a killing too.
Just,
Of course,
yeah,
that was more in the 70s.
Or the little umbrellas for the drinks.
Yeah. But
crazy.
a funny story about rocks. I had an aunt and uncle. My uncle worked for the government, so he made really good money. And he worked at a missile facility. And when big RVs first came out, well, he had to show everybody how much money he had. So they got one, and they spent a year hitting every state. Well, my aunt was a rock freak too. My mom's sister was absolute rock freak. She ended up with so many rocks that when they went through way stations, they got hit because she had so many rocks in the RV that it was putting them overweight. So she had to mail her rocks back to her daughter's house
Wow,
because she had gotten so many.
I could see myself doing that on a cross country trip, like just even in a minivan or whatever, you know, you like, oh boy, we're starting to fill up here. We need to, yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
That'd be me and her. We have buckets.
Yeah, when
Coming
my
out.
son was really little,
Okay,
like
Rick.
5, 6, 7, we would go rock hounding all the
Buckets and
time, and
totes and
I'd have a satchel, you know, and before 10 minutes was up, the satchel would be full of these rocks because he'd just be like, put this one in, Dad. But he was more so I think going through the motions rather than actually like looking at, you know, so we come home and I'd have to separate through half of it, but that's awesome.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and you know, trying to find out what it is or trying to figure out what it is. You know,
Right.
it's so many
There's,
things it could be that it's just amazing.
yep,
It
it
takes
really
a big
is.
imagination sometimes.
A lot of
Nature is amazing.
It really is. And every rock is different too, and that's what I like about it. We get some really big agates, like Lake Superior agates. I think, you know, they're kind of, but there's some
Yeah.
mondo ones in the rivers here. And when I say rivers, I'm talking like knee deep, sandy bottom, rocky bottom. I wear shoes, but I've never had a leech. Beautiful type, you know, I'm not wading out into mud and going through
Good
any.
luck, Dave. I hope you have a good day.
Have a good night,
Dave's
Dave.
leaving.
You have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, it's morning time for him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to plan something, and you know, Frog and I's gonna have to come up so we can just, you know, go rock hunting.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
'Cause you get,
I've been wanting to get back to Wisconsin for a long time. I visited the Dells when I was a teenager.
okay. That'd be fun to go
Mom,
back and see
yeah,
how you react to it
I,
now.
I love seeing Wisconsin. It's a beautiful place.
It is. It is. And the Dells area south
Uh-huh.
is all that really rolling hills and just beautiful
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And the house that was carved out of the rock was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, the house
This
on the
man,
rock?
yes.
Yeah, that place is nuts. I gotta grab something quick in regards to Sterling's
Sterling says,
comment.
if my parents would have gotten me a pile of rocks for Christmas, I would have been happy. Screw that Sears catalog. We were happy with it.
Yeah.
North is the best, though, from Brown Chicken.
Take
We love
care,
you, Dave. Wish book. Oh my gosh. What year is that?
93.
Wow.
So I would have been
Cool.
13, and yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
neat.
remember the wish books.
Crazy. Oh, watches, Casio. I'm gonna put it down because I don't want to get. But yeah. Oh, here you go.
The brick
Wow.
phone.
But I just saw it the other day. So since he said that, I had it triggered, and I just love the kids on the cover and their 80s poofy winter jackets and
Yep.
oh, the 80s,
Yeah.
early
That is
90s.
awesome.
Cool
Sterling
colors.
said he's 45 too.
Yep. So that's we were
Gracious. You feel
same
old,
age.
Frog?
He just looks better than me.
I do.
Y'all do.
55
wish we were-
Saturday.
This one or last?
This
Cool.
coming
This
up
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no, cool. That's awesome.
And I just turned 59.
Right on.
Last year of 50s. I'm gonna be 60. Oh well.
All downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end, like I just keep looking at it as like it's awesome that we're having birthdays. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Thank
good,
you, Rick.
I've definitely lived through a few things I shouldn't have lived through, and having my first heart attack at 41, I didn't think I was going to even make it to 50. So I'm doing good.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I say
Q4 is 55 next month.
cool.
Double nickels.
Did they get
Yeah.
rain up there? Did you get rain too, 4? I know we
Think
were
so,
talking
yeah.
about it the other day, and then I got distracted, or I didn't read chat, or I don't know, but somebody was asking because of the drought they've been having up there.
Yeah.
Better to get old than die young. Amen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I stopped and talked with Carl
agree.
last night for a little bit, and I promised him that me and Junior would stop by before Junior started school. So, me, the night before he starts school, we go up to him. And, yeah, right. And it was a beautiful day, but it was kind of warm. And he said that he just stayed in the house all day. And he's like, I just didn't have the energy to go out today. And like, yeah, but some days we all, but 96 years old. He said he'll go to the car show with me next Thursday. So, which is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he's having a hard time walking more than 100 yards and not being super winded. And
Has
I
he
said,
got a
well, if you
wheelchair?
want, like, I mean, you're 96 years old, dude. It's okay to sit in a wheelchair and I can push you around. Like I would,
Yeah. No
Frog,
kidding.
if you wanted to push me, I'm not gonna, but like, I don't want to be that guy. But if someone wants to give me a free little chair ride, I'll take it. I'm sorry. I'll take it for a
Absolutely.
bit, just for a bit. I don't want to take away anything from anybody, but like you're 96. Like I would love to push you around this car show, but it's his pride, and he's still able to walk and get around on his own, and so he's gonna do it.
Hey, Ray Ray.
You-
Welcome.
Good riding weather, no rain yet,
So,
none in sight.
Evil says that he drowned in a lake near Dallas, Texas when he was about 30. He shouldn't be here either.
Wow.
You got a brother from
Well.
another mother, Frog.
Yeah.
Close calls are
Hey,
us.
Ray.
Mr. Ray. Good to see you, sir.
So we've got some new people that's joined since we did our first 15-minute discussion. Does any of the new folks know what this weekend is? Besides my birthday and not smoke out. There's 2 things going on this weekend.
Can
Evil
I
Rick,
try to answer?
This evil Rick woke up on the beach with some guy trying to kiss me. He got a sore jaw. Well, at least he woke you up. What are you thinking?
Oh,
You
man.
can try to answer, Rob.
So there's a comet event, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there is a
There is
comet
a
event.
comic event. This is more geared. Okay, this weekend, September 7th, at night, between the 7th and the 8th, is the lunar eclipse.
Oh.
And with the lunar eclipse, it's also the blood moon,
Oh.
which is a big deal for this channel because it's very much a ritualistic, spiritual, and cosmic thing that happens.
Yep.
Will the moon glow red?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
I might sleep
It'll be red.
outside.
It is an awesome
Scientifically,
sight.
it's if you want to go completely science, when you get a lunar eclipse, it's rare. It's not as rare as a total solar eclipse, but it is a rare occurrence. So when the lunar eclipse happens, there's just a little bit of peak of sunshine that reflects and causes the moon to be red tinted. So it looks like a sunset.
That's awesome.
And it was believed by ancient civilizations and has a lot of religious interpretations and prophecies for tragedies or something traumatic happening or an omen.
The
But in
aliens are coming.
it's the end of the world as we know it. Put that to the tune. But
Yeah.
it's actually for pagans and witchcraft or herbalists or nature folks. It's for banishing and healing. It helps. It has a harnessed powerful energy in the blood moon that helps you have a more potent spell work for healing and divinations and mystical practices. It helps for self healing, for inner shadows, and you get a deeper understanding of it. It is an ideal time for guided meditation.
Very cool.
Hmm.
And if we, I
So
just
if
looked
you
at
have
our weather.
crystals, you got to cleanse them. Charge them in the blood moon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to check that out because I need some spiritual energies, and hopefully we can see it. I know it's going to be partly. There's no rain in our forecast for the 7th and 8th. Is that what you said?
Yep.
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 Between the 7th and 8th.
Yeah, it's looking
Yeah, we're supposed
okay.
to have rain tomorrow night and Thursday morning, and then should be good to see it. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
When was this cool down coming? They were saying it was going to get into the 30s and 40s, and I don't see anything now.
We're getting 40s next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's into next week there more.
Yeah.
But
In about 7 days or so.
Cool.
all of you that are up late at night, make sure you find you a spot without so much light pollution and sit back and enjoy. Recharge yourself.
Yes.
Get some good clarity on the 7th,
Yeah.
the night of the 7th.
And it's just absolutely beautiful to see. I mean,
Oh,
it really
it is.
Yeah.
Anytime the moon is a different color, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I take a lot of pictures of the moon. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. I probably got thousands of moon pictures, and I do have pictures of the blood moon from last year still on my phone.
Nice.
But my junky camera, you can't see it real good. I don't know why I didn't send it to her so she could put it up. But
do you
We're
guys have
disorganized.
Do you have a telescope?
No, but I have a spotting scope that works pretty good. I mean, it's amazing how well the spotting scope works.
It really is.
Yeah, I used to have a big telescope when I was little, but I lost the lenses. You know, you look through the side of the tube, and it had those little lenses in it, and I kept it, God, until I was 35, 40 years old, and finally I said, just throw it away.
Yep. Yeah, I found a pretty nice Celestron or whatever. I don't know. I looked it up. It's a couple $100 telescope, but it was in a dumpster at the dump. And I pulled it out, and nothing wrong with it at all. Like perfect. So I took it
Uh-huh.
home and I set it up, and like I was blown away at like the moon really does have dimples and like craters and stuff that like you could see so close. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I didn't really look at any other stars or planets or anything else. So but
Yeah.
you can zoom right in on the moon. And with the spotting scope, the same thing. I remember having one with like a 50 or 100 power or something like that. And you could
Yeah.
really, it was like, whoa, is it really that far
Yeah.
away?
I'm surprised at how good I can zoom in on my camera on my phone. I mean, you can see all the craters, and I especially like to see when it's like a half moon, and on the edges you can see the little crater lips. I love taking those pictures.
That's cool.
Mm,
What
Yeah,
kind of
where
phone?
it's just an Android.
Okay.
It's just about the cheapest Android you can get.
Me
But
too. My
it it zooms in nice.
That's cool.
Let's see. The totality phase will begin at 1730 UTC on September 7th, with the moment of maximum eclipse coming roughly 40 minutes later at 1811 UTC, and totality then ending an additional 40 minutes later. Before and after totality, the moon will be partially eclipsed, becoming first more and then less shadowed. I was
That's
trying to
wonderful.
find when we could actually, the time that
Yeah.
we could see it.
What's the other event other than your birthday?
That's it.
Okay.
It's the lunar eclipse, which causes
w-
the
The
blood
blood
moon.
moon. Okay.
So it's 2 in 1.
Now, do you guys think that the timing of Atlas and all of this has anything to do with anything? Have you heard about that comet, Frog? I think I just
Oh
saw you.
yeah.
Okay, so do you?
Yeah.
I'm throwing it out there because, like, and they're skimming around us now. We can't see them for like till October. So I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I just throwing it out there. What do you think? There's any
Yeah,
coincidence? Like,
that's a strange coincidence, we'll say. To me.
Well, now, in previous times, and a lot of the religions would say that it is because of the lunar moon that the three-eye atlas is going to be here, because they look at the blood moon as an omen.
Yeah.
They would
yeah,
get substitutes, and they would put substitutes in for their kings on the blood moon, so that because they were in fear that it would cause harm to their kings.
And
interesting.
if anybody's interested, Evil Rick has a big 10-inch telescope that he's selling.
We're talking about his big 10-inch again.
Yeah, bringing up his big 10-inchers.
Well,
But
we
it is
need
a
to
nice.
figure out the sorry, we need to figure out the apertures and the shutter rate so we can get that telescopic lens on the Nikon working.
That would
Yeah,
be cool.
yeah. I do have quite the lens for the camera that Lolly got me to take pictures of the moon. It's
Jesus.
yeah, it's a 10
Wow.
or 12 incher.
No doubt. That's
Oh,
cool.
now there you go. You got a big 10
Uh,
inch too.
yeah, mine just ain't
That's
as
good.
fat as his.
It's all in the girth,
Oh,
right?
geez.
Yeah,
Meat is
it
the
doesn't have
brand of the
girth.
scope from Evil Rick. SN means Schmidt. Newtonian. 10 means it's a 10-inch scope. Yeah. A
Yeah.
Mead LXD SN10 for sale.
Uh-oh.
How much are you wanting for it, Evil, so we can put that? Or is it, if you want to give that, you can. Yeah, it's I love taking the pictures and the stills, and we've got a micro lens and different items and things.
That's cool. You guys have like a good camera.
Yeah, it was what? Let me think. A DSLR
Oh, yeah, those are
Nikon.
good.
Yeah, it was a good one. I've got several different lenses for it, and we've got I think there's a fisheye lens and a micro lens, um, and the telescopic lens. Um, I can't remember all of it, the stuff, because it's been a long time since I've used it, and I've done forgot how to do all the settings on it. So we need to figure that out. Eagle says the scope with tripod and the 30 pounds of counterweights, total weight is 85 pounds. Oh my gracious, that's
That's
big.
a scope.
So it's packing.
You can
Hey,
probably
Robin, good to see you. Thanks for popping in.
watch people blink on the space station out there.
Yeah, no kidding. What's up, Robin?
Hey, Robin.
That's awesome, though. There is so much in the sky. And one of the things that we've talked about before, Carrie, I don't know if you've heard Frog talking about it, but we have he calls them a high and low light in the sky.
Okay.
And he actually got some video on it that I believe we're trying to get edited so we can show it. But there's one here and one here, and it'll get bright, and then it'll move over here and disappear, and then it comes back up here, brightens, moves over here, and disappears. And this one
Yeah.
does the same thing. It's like
And they're two different sizes, and the upper one usually is blue, and the bottom one will be a white. It's
How high up?
not very high at all. That's the thing. They're not very high in the sky at all. The first time I noticed them, they was flying over our town, which is like 4 miles away, and I have seen them on cloudy nights, so I know they're low enough,
Okay.
to be under the clouds. So they're some nights they're even real close. And the night that our roommate saw them, she was like, "What the hell is that?" And I looked over, and they looked like they wasn't 100 feet over the trees.
Any noise?
None,
no.
none. And while I've been out there videoing them, a plane will go by, and I go, "Look, that's a plane. You can hear it. You can see it. You can
Sure.
tell that's a plane. It's not turning off." And the other ones, they just repeatedly fly around and turn off and on. It's
That's
just crazy.
crazy. I'll try to
Yeah, and
find
it lights up in the same place. They light up in the same place in the sky and move
Yeah.
and disappear. And then they come back up and they're in the same place. Move
Well,
over.
after hearing fighter pilots tell some of those stories of the things they've seen, it's really kind of hard to refute any. Like, I mean, there's stuff out there,
There's so much out there we don't know.
yeah, there has to be. And what was I just gonna say in relation to that? I had something good to contribute. Oh, my orb. I've got a video of my security camera, and it might just be the camera, but either way, there's this orb, like a white light, and it just like it'll stay, and then it zoom, and then it'll stop, and it just zoom all over the place. And it'll go in and out, and I got it all on video, so I'll send it to you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
After we're done
we'll be
here,
happy to
I'll do
share
that.
it. We'll be
That'd
happy to
be
share
awesome.
that.
I should just
Um,
upload it to YouTube. Screw it, right? I mean, let
Yeah.
other people comment too, right? Or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want the suits coming for me or something. So
No.
Okay.
Evil
They
says
haven't
they
came.
sold for 1,600 each, and he'll take 1,000 for both. So it's 2 telescopes. He's got 2 10 inches.
Holy crap!
Yes, that's,
I have 2 of them. One has a motorized viewfinder. One has a case for the scope and the drive head, and a rack for the weights. They sold for 16. I'll take I think it's 1,000 for both.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch the Starship flight?
oh, yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
And
I
Was
just
it
watched
cool?
it. I think I did. I think I watched it take off and then not blow up.
well, that's good.
He said
Toga
not
says
blow
there
up.
is an app called an ISS detector. You can find all the planets and stars' actual positions as well out there while turning your phone. Give it a try. I have um, star chart on the phone.
Yeah.
Toga, there is also Stellarium. It's real time.
Cool.
And Robin said something blew up on the ship. So
Oh,
did you watch the right one?
did it happen today? Because the one I watched was a couple days ago.
When
And it
was
got
it?
out into orbit, and then it did its stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Again, I could have been watching one that from 6 months ago. I guess I didn't. It said it was live, but I don't
Yeah.
follow it that much. And it was just on the cover of YouTube, or and it's like, oh wow, Starship or whatever, big rockets, cool. I'll check it out. And it was close enough to the countdown, and yeah, it was the one I saw. But maybe now that it's out in orbit, now maybe something blew off of it. So, but that's cool about the apps. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, they are really nice apps.
And
'Cause
my
you can
son was
find
showing me too. There's like, or I think maybe even Tolga said too, like with certain telescopes, it'll literally just, it'll motorize itself to the general vicinity of where it
to
needs to
line
be, or
up
just
with
lock
it.
right
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably go soon. My son has been in the house now unsupervised for the last hour, so it's his first day of school. He was yawning at like 7. He was just, oh. So I think he's pretty trashed from the day, but nonetheless, I'd still like to make sure he's done he's 12. So did you shower? Yeah. Did you shower? So
Did
you
you
guys
really?
know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for jumping on and sharing your
Yeah.
rocks with me. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank
Yeah, the
you.
Indian rock was really cool.
And the stories, that
And
was
the
great. And
skull.
I can't wait to see the orb video.
Yeah, I'll send that, and then we can do addresses and stuff too. So, because I'm dead serious about this moss, it smells so good. It really
Okay.
does.
That would
And
be
the
Yeah.
awesome.
mosquitoes are coming in hard. All right, have a good night, everyone. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Thanks
I
for
really
stopping
appreciate
by.
it.
For coming
We
in.
greatly
We appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
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 So Robin says halfway through the launch, something in the engine bay blew. It was a 47-minute flight. Ship is back. So it did make it back. Well, that's good. But it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, you want to call it?
Awesome night.
Yes, it was.
So I think we will. Unless anybody has a story or something else they want to share about the blood moon or the lunar eclipse.
Everybody needs to be out there and take the best pictures you can.
Exactly.
So we
Enjoy
can
what nature has to
share
offer.
it.
Too soon it'll be gone.
Yep. You never know when it's going to be your last one. Some people never even look up at that stuff. Don't let it slip away.
Thanks everybody for stopping in. We appreciate it. Thanks for chatting. I hope you have a wonderful night and the rest of the week. Thank you, Evil Rick.
Thanks, Evil.
Peace out, guys. Positive thoughts and
Later,
energies
y'all.
to everybody.
We appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out,
Night sick.
especially for 2 hours. Yep,
Evil,
night sick.
be bad, or at least don't get caught being good. See y'all later. Remember to be bad. Thanks for dropping in, Toga. You're the legend. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Night, guys. Peace out.
Night. Peace.